Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Go Battle League with a team that helped me gain 200 ELO with a few sets. We're gonna be able to lead with Shadow Swampert, have at the back Lickitung, and those two were pretty strong picks for the current meta, and you can already tell by their actions here, able to cover a variety of meta mons from the Season of Light, and of course we're gonna use in between those picks Hakamo-O, because Hakamo was caught, my Hakamo at least was caught and powered up and used in the Evolution Cup meta, so that was a pretty fortunate pick to have for the Season of Light Catch Cup here. We're gonna be able to go ahead and spam those body slams on that Greedent. However, they can farm down, but at that last second I'm able to fire off the last body slam to deal severe damage to their shield. I know I have to go in now to my Swampert, because with that amount of energy we can definitely reach to the Hydro Cannon on the CMP here, get the CMP. Greedent is not that great on the CMPs, and we can go in now with Hakamo-O. Hakamo-O can take whatever move this Pokemon may throw, and right after that we will completely farm down. They have Kofagrigus at the back, and my plan here is to go for only one Dragon Claw and perhaps completely farm down. At least that's a plan, because let's see how well we can execute it. I just want to spend a shield here, and I want to farm down right after with my Dragon Tails. However, look at that trainers, they can still reach to those back-to-back Shadow Balls and completely finish me off. Great play here by my opponent, and most probably the worst mistake that I could do with my Hakamo-O. Let's see now what their third Pokemon is gonna be, and it is a Toxicroak. We're expecting the switch, gonna farm it down with the Mudshot, and right now Earthquake is more than enough to erase a whole swamp of those Toads, and we're gonna take this amazing victory. Toxapex into our next lead scenario, and we're having the best time ever because we can still nuke it down with a pure Earthquake. Are they gonna expect it though? Let's see together trainers if they're gonna seal it or not. Boom! Toxapex into Toxaboom, and we're gonna take this amazing first lead victory pretty easy and pretty fast with a whole boom against that Toxapex. We're gonna be able to switch out now into our Lickitung, and let's see together how cool of a matchup we can have against that Ariados, because Ariados can still debuff us a lot, and even though it is a classy mon, after the first debuff it can tank the hits pretty easily. Look at that, body slam doesn't even tickle, but those leaks, even when we are on a debuff mode, we are still able to do a lot of damage back at them. Able to go ahead and use the Mega Horn to finish us off. What a crazy play by Ariados, another Mega Horn. I was not expecting that, but right now we are getting destroyed down by those Mega Horns. However, we got Hakamo-O, which can come pretty clutch here. We are expecting a Seed Bomb, but I want to shield no matter what, and another shield here. This can totally be a Shadow Ball, and at this range I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna risk it. We can completely farm down. We know that after that Mega Horn this Ariados cannot reach to a move that early, so here comes my Dragon Claw, and we have one more ready to go to finish off Ariados and grab for us a very nice win against a trainer who nuked us twice, and that was pretty awesome. Double Mega Horn, yeah, that was pretty entertaining. GG player, and now we're gonna go ahead into the next one against that Drifblim up on the lead. Not looking that great, because Drifblim can still tank a whole Hydro Cannon while resisting those Mudshots by a lot, and if I was counting correctly, if I remember correctly, right now they are at 9 hexes, which means that my Swampert has to do all the work here in finish them off. Icy Wind is not gonna do enough damage, but still it is gonna hurt a lot. They have a Shadow Venusaur at the back. Things aren't looking that great for me either. However, I can try and finish them off with a double Dragon Claw. Let's see if they manage to take this first one. They do. Down goes Venusaur, and at this point Malamar comes into the battle. Okay, this is not looking that great, because Malamar can carry the move Superpower. We got a normal type at the back, and Lickitung can still survive one, but not that easy. I will try to get some energy on my Swampert, get rid of a lot of energy actually out of this Malamar, and I was hoping for more leak damage, but that is not happening, so now I have to block the Superpower. They are gonna go in now with Drifblim, and I have to farm down no matter what. By farming down, I will surely have the double Body Slam, and at this amount of HP that Malamar is currently standing, perhaps we might have a chance. So let's see how we can overcome this shield and the Malamar. We have to press that Body Slam, however, they are already there. Superpower can cannot be survived. So down goes the bulky option, the Lickitung, and we're gonna take this loss while we had kind of a chance in beating that trainer down. GG's, and now let's move forward into the Greedent matchup here. I'm pretty sure I can survive one body slam, but I definitely do not want to risk it. We end up shielding the crunch, which was pretty neat, and now we got Hydro Cannon able to deal severe damage to that Greedent. What I want to do here is to try and catch a move on my Lickitung, and by doing so I can have my Swampert much healthier for the end game. And trust me trainers, Swampert on its shadow form is perhaps and arguably the best closer in the game. We have now the Body Slam able to chip away some really nice damage out of that Greedent. They can still survive though and deliver a crunch on my Licker here. We're gonna take it out eventually, but look at that, they also have a Ghost type at the back, the Sableye, and because they never switched out at the start, I was like, you know what, perhaps that is gonna be a double Ghost backline. We can expect something like a Trevenant for sure. Everyone is having a Trevenant, here it is, because Trevenant was featured in the Halloween event, so it makes a lot of sense. Also Noctowl got featured, and perhaps you want to have something like a Noctowl on your team if you want to go pretty well on Catch Cup. For myself, I for sure am gonna go ahead and use a Noctowl because yeah, it does a lot of work and I really need a better IV1 than the one that I already have for the Great League. Look at how much damage those Dragon Tails are doing. Now just one Mudshot, which we have already passed through, is gonna be enough to finish off Sableye, and Hakamo-O was the key option for our win. Horrible lead scenario against a Shadow Razor Leafer, and we have to switch out to our Lickitung. Another Pokemon that got featured this season is gonna be Shadow Onix, so you're gonna see a lot of Shadow Steelixes out there, and this is an amazing Pokemon overall. Pretty easy for Steelix to sweep entire teams, and that Dragon Tail damage in combination with the Shadow bonus, oh my freaking goodness, that does a lot. We have to go here for the double Power Whip, however they decide to block, which makes a lot of sense. Down we go in the process, and now Swampert has to go in and completely farm down. At some point I'm expecting the crunch, but instead they end up going for that Earthquake, big damage on my Shadow Swampert. That was not expecting trainers, and right now the Ravenclaw has to do all the work against that team. I'm not looking that good right now because I know they still have a healthy Shadow Victreebel. However, if we can somehow threat it down with Hakamo, we might end up having a chance. Using a shield here doesn't matter at all because I know that Victreebel will never get to the charge attack, so we have to use here the Dragon Claw. Are they gonna take it? No, they are not, but we are already there. How much damage can this do, trainers? We still resist those Razor Leaves. Down goes a nice chunk, but still not enough to put it at 1 HP with our Mudshots, so we're gonna be able to take another loss here, and that was really crucial because we were having the worst possible lead scenario, and we somehow kinda turned around that bad lead. We had a chance at least. That was pretty big for that team. Into the next one now, and we're having a weird lead against this Ariados once again, and we will try to go ahead and catch one move on the Lickitung. I know that after the debuff, Swampert will not hit that hard, so we have to go ahead, survive with those shields up for the end game, and Lickitung is more likely gonna be used on your team and whatever team like a body to absorb those hits. You're never gonna be able to shield properly your Lickitung, only on exceptional situations, but other than that I think that the bulk from Lickitung and its neutral typing really helps a lot on that matter. We're gonna be able to go here for the Body Slam, able to finish off Ariados. At the back lies the Banette, and we have to go in now, I believe, with Hakamo to do severe damage to that Classimon. I know that Banette is gonna be able to reach to that Shadow Ball and Thunder. At least that is gonna be the standard moveset that it might be running. They have the Greedent at the back, and trainers, so we can survive pretty much anything that they have to throw. Not gonna block the first one because it can always be something like a crunch and debuff me. However, they know that they have no chance. They realize that, and we're gonna get this victory by them surrendering the match. Into the next one, and we're facing a Munchlax up on the lead. Pretty bad lead, I can say, because those Body Slams can still hurt, and lick damage is really adding up in time. We're gonna be able to go here for the Hydro Cannon, dealing so much damage to that Munchlax. Perhaps an Earthquake could have been much easier here for me to deal with that situation, but to be honest, I was already there at the Hydro Cannon twice, and I was like, let's bring it back to back. Perhaps they steal the first one. They never did. They have a Shadow Mewtwo at the back and a Toxicroak. Let's see now how far we can reach with our Lickitung. You can see that my Lickitung is still not on level 50. Look at that CP, amazing, right? And we're gonna be able to pressure even more with our Body Slams here. I'm not expecting a shield. I want them to go ahead and think that their Shadow Mewtwo is having a chance here, but to be honest, Hakamo with the Dragon Tail damage is just doing absurd amount of damage back at that pretty glassy bone, and Shadow Mewtwo, despite being a flexi option, well, it doesn't stand a chance at all against my Dragon Tailer, against Zephyr Mastrix, and that is gonna be quite the trainer for our video. A pretty popular one. He has already reached the legend, as you have already seen, and right now we're having the Hydro Cannon, which we have to block and we have to answer back with our own. You are seeing that I have 0 IVs on attack stat, which means that this can be kinda problematic for my Swampert taking those CMPs, and right now we're having a Greedent on the opposing side. So Greedent here is gonna be able to reach the Body Slam. I know that, and I know that I can survive it. All I want to do here is to charge up to the Hydro Cannon, bank it for the end game, and then bring my Hakamo able to farm down completely this Greedent. With that in mind now, whatever comes in will take severe damage from my back-to-back Dragon Claws here, and of course the Dragon Tail damage is a move that should not be underestimated at all. We have another Dragon Claw here on the Toxapex. Look at how bulky this option is, but still we are able to deliver hard-hitting moves with that spammy Dragon Claw and Dragon Tail. They are already at the red. They have to fire off at some point. They cannot farm us down. They wanted to, but they cannot. Toxapex here connecting the brine, and now we can go in with our Lickitung. Lickitung can survive at least that brine or the Sludge Wave. They have the Swampert, and I know from the bottom of my heart that I have to go ahead and use the Body Slam because they are not gonna shield at all, and at this point I'm pretty sure that they stand no chance at all. We can block here the Earthquake. They had to go for the Earthquake, to be honest. That was their win con, and we're just gonna farm down and force the quit. Into the final one trainers with the Honda up on the lead. Not looking that great. Honda can still beat us down with that Shadow Punch, but we make the amazing switch out at the same time with my opponent, and that is looking pretty bad for me because Umbreon can definitely wall down Lickitung. However, if we can play it a little bit smart, we can stall enough time so that my Swampert can have the upper hand with that Hydro Cannon being ready for the end game, while we can preserve some HP on Lickitung for that Honda. We're gonna be able to go ahead and use now the Body Slam, able to chip away some really nice HP out of the Umbreon and of course stall some time. We're seeing that Swampert is ready to come in. They're gonna go for the Snarl, so that gives us time to fire off a Hydro Cannon to their shield, and I'm pretty sure I can survive this move. They have to go with back-to-back moves, otherwise I'm just gonna reach to another Hydro Cannon and finish them off. They have to go here for the move. I'm just gonna block once, and right now I will be able to reach to the Hydro Cannon, finish off Umbreon, down it goes. Let's see now how they respond. I was expecting the Honda, but instead they throw in the Toxicroak, and now my Hakamo can have kinda the upper hand here. I know I can survive one Mud Bomb, and to be honest, I prefer to get hit by a Mud Bomb other than a Shadow Ball or a Shadow Punch. So yeah, here it is, Dragon Claw from my Hakamo. They decide to take it, putting all of their faith into their Honda. However, that final Dragon Tail has passed through, and we're gonna grab this amazing victory for us. That's all trainers, thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. I hope you liked this video. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care trainers.